So today we are going to be talking about shoes. Now, as you may be able to tell, this is an area in which I excel. Oh, that rhymed. Now, I have been swing dancing for about 3 to 4 months now. And I have done loads of other forms of dance for pretty much my whole life. So I thought that it would be good to go through the kinds of shoes that I think personally are best for swing dancing, for both classes, social events. Now, I don't have any experience of competitions, so I'm not going to speak to that just because I don't know what I'm talking about. But the classes and the events I can definitely speak a bit more to. So let's go! Starting out for classes. Now, I know that a lot of people, when they first start, especially if they don't have much experience, can tend to get a little bit nervous about what to wear. And genuinely, you can just turn up in trainers. Something like even just a pair of high tops, something where the sole isn't too grippy, but it can have a little bit of slide, but it's really nice and supported. Your feet are really comfortable. Or if you want to go more sort of cute and vintagey, something like these two-tone sort of Oxford saddle shoes would be really, really cute. Again, they have lace-ups, they're nice and comfy, the sole is nice and smooth. So something like this for classes for starting out is a really good idea. You can get the little plimsoll-y things, or genuinely a pair of exercise trainers, as long as they're not too grippy. You want to have opportunity for a little bit of slide in there. Obviously, any flat shoes, so like my gorgeous pairs of Charlie Stone flats, these are great for any event where there's going to be dancing that you're attending because they are super pretty, they're really comfortable and supportive of your feet, they have a little bit of slide so you're not going to stick to the floor and you can dance well, and they are really pretty, so they kind of have the best of all worlds. You don't just have to have, you know, Charlie Stone shoes for these. Any of these kind of pretty vintage looking flats would be a really great option. When it comes to heels for swing dancing, I can give a few recommendations. Obviously, actual proper dance shoes, like shoes that are made for dancing, that are made for swing dancing, are going to be a really good bet. I have not invested in a pair of quote-unquote proper swing dance shoes yet because a lot of them are really expensive, and I have so many shoes that are great for dancing already. But you can definitely look into that. The first brand that pops into my head is Saint Savoy. They have some gorgeous shoes, but they are quite pricey. So that's why I don't have a pair of those. But when it comes to heels, if you are starting out fairly newer and dancing in heels, I would always recommend something with a lower heel that is larger, so it's more stable and has straps. No! Oh my god, no! Oh my god. They're all... I have to get those fixed. Oh my god, I love these shoes. No! Oh, I need to get these fixed. Oh my god. No! How? How? Please tell me Doug didn't get a hold of these. It's on the other shoe as well. Oh my god. Okay, right. So something like these two pairs, so you can see what these have in common is a lower heel. I'm just going to hold like this, there you go, a lower heel that is large and very stable, and have straps across the top to keep them really secure to your foot. That is a really big one for dancing. You don't want to be doing that grippy thing with your toes. People will know what I'm talking about when you have shoes that are just not staying quite comfortably on your foot and you kind of do the like thing with your toes to keep them on. You don't want to be doing that while you're dancing. That is just going to cause you cramp and you probably won't be able to keep it up, and then your shoe might fly off of your foot. So something with straps to keep your shoes on is always going to be a better and far more comfortable option. When it comes to higher heeled shoes, if you are used to wearing sort of higher heels, I do have a couple of pairs that I have worn successfully to social dances. And those are these pairs. So these are both from J. Brown's actually. They have a really good sole that's not too grippy. You notice I keep harking on about that. Straps to keep on, and the heel is higher, but it is curved in, which supports your foot a lot more, and it's still a very sturdy heel on this pair. I love this pair. If you saw my little short of preparing for a 1940s big band dance, you will know that I wore these with my dress. And these I wore to a wedding, so I already knew that they were super comfortable and good for being on your feet all day. But I also recently wore them to an Easter swing dance and they were amazing. They have a much smoother sole, so they're really good on a good dance floor, and they have again the T-strap which keeps it on and a really comfortable sole. If you have shoes with maybe padded soles, that would be great if you're going to be dancing for long periods of time, especially if you are not used to it, because building up your stamina for dance is as much about the comfort of your body as it is about your fitness. So if you are going to be going to a dance and maybe you're wearing a pair of shoes that you haven't worn before, especially if they're maybe a little bit higher than you're used to, I would always recommend just taking a spare pair of flatter or just flat shoes so that if you really need to, you can change into them. An example of a pair of shoes I wouldn't wear while dancing is these gorgeous ones by Ruby Shoe. They have a really nice padded sole. They have a T-strap, but their sole is just too grippy. It's rubber and it's got the groovy things, and it does tend to grip quite a lot onto the floor, which is good for stability and things, but not great for swing dancing. And for me, the heel is just that bit too high for me to comfortably be able to get full range of movement in. So I would not wear these for dancing. Another example at the complete opposite end of the spectrum of shoes that I wouldn't wear for dancing, just because I think this is helpful, is these. Now these are, I call them my walking flats. They're really, really comfortable. Where are these from? Oh, I've worn off the label. I think these were New Look. But the problem with these is that they just aren't quite supportive enough for me. The sole is again just that little bit too grippy, and they're not quite very supportive, so my foot can kind of, I don't know, like bevel over in them if I'm not careful. And they don't have any straps, so even though they fit quite well, I'd be worried about them sort of flying off of my foot. So you can get really good little ballet flats that are great for dancing, but I personally wouldn't dance in these ones just because of the sole and the lack of support. I would also say shoes like the pair I'm wearing now, wait, let me take them off. So shoes like these, I also personally wouldn't wear when swing dancing. I love these shoes, I think they're really comfortable, but the platform just means that I don't feel like I get as much flexibility in staying on my toes, which is something that you need to kind of do. And the sling back as well, I would be worried about going up on my toes and pulling my foot out of the shoe. So I would say keep platforms to a fair minimum. Some people might disagree with me, that might work really well for them, but this is just my personal preferences and what I found works and doesn't work for me. For me, these just wouldn't work out for a swing dance. A place where I would say platform shoes are a lot better is if they are platformed all the way along, so a platform wedge shoe, because those were really popular for dancing in the 40s, and they do some really pretty ones. And also if they're a softer material that has a bit more give. Those are faux leather, so they don't really move, and you can see like the sole doesn't move at all. I'm actually scared to do that because I don't want to break them. But the sole has no give, so there's not really any articulation. If the sole was a bit softer and had a bit more like roll to it, you could probably dance a lot easier in these. So that is something to look out for in a shoe. So I really hope that that was at least slightly entertaining, informative, or helpful in any way. As I said, I am quite new to this, but I have been dancing for quite a while, so I do kind of know what I'm talking about with dancing for long periods of time. Please let me know if you found this helpful, if you are a dancer of any kind, not just swing or Lindy hop dancing, but any kind of dancing, and what kind of shoes you have to wear for it. I would be really interested to know. And my goal with this channel is always to spread happiness and sparkles, so I really hope that I've done that for you today in some small way. And please do remember to have courage and be kind, and may all of your dreams come true. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye! How cute is my makeup? I love it.